Hello everyone and welcome to the speed build for this medieval house that I just made over on my live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/SamLeanne. Go follow me over there, check me out. I'm streaming every single day of September this month. I'm about to be streaming tonight, so I'm probably streaming right now and finishing this up a little bit. This is mostly done here. There's just a couple of changes that I kind of want to make before I upload it to the gallery and actually play with it eventually, and I am going to be playing with it. I am going to be doing the medieval challenge, and it is, it's complicated. It's gonna be exciting. Apparently, the rules of the challenge are like, just here's one rule, is that you can't woohoo. You have to try for a baby. Like, you are not allowed to woohoo. You may only try for baby. And so that's a little exciting, a little fun there. If you saw before, I already bulldozed this, and I initially wanted to try it with that courtyard, but I wasn't liking it. I was basing it off of this house that I saw on Google, and it was like this castle, modern, traditional kind of thing. And it had like this big turret in the center, and I really wanted to try to make that. Ended up changing my mind completely. I even tried building it again just without the courtyard, and it didn't really go as planned. So I ended up bulldozing this right here, and I saw that fence, and I came up with an idea for a new build. So here we are right now making this new build, and I decided to do more of like a cottagey type medieval build instead. I just think it looks better. I was actually able to make it. I just came up with this one instead of trying to base it off of a already existing house. I just made this one, all based on that fence. All based on that fence from, I think, Get Together. Oh, and I love those windows from Strangerville, and I still kind of wanted to try to make that turret, and ended up being successful. I really liked it. I wanted to incorporate some round walls in this build especially. I believe there's actually a new kit coming out for medieval themed stuff. I might be wrong, but I think I remember seeing that on the Sims roadmap that they posted a couple months ago about the September thing. But I just randomly decided to make something medieval because I love medieval theming. I love it. It is my favorite. The roofing actually on here was super easy for me to do. It just seems straightforward for me, and that doesn't really happen that often, so I was very happy with that. Now, finding the right roof pattern, not so easy. Was very not happy with that. Found the right one. We ended up going with this like mossy roof color pattern thing for the roof. And I think that looked really good. You may think that there are a lot of windows on this house, but also remember, medieval times. There was no actual lights, so other than candles. So you only have daylight. Might as well have a lot of windows. I added in a coop, and later I added in a barn, just because with the medieval challenge that I'm going to be doing, there's going to be a lot of living off the land and a lot of growing your own stuff and cooking it all, what you grow and gather, and it'll also be a good way to make money. At first, I tried to go with like this thatch roof thing here, and that was not it. I really wanted it to work, but it just didn't seem to go that well with the stone. So something about the texture just looked really off. But yeah, something about that texture just looked really off to me. And so then I added in this mossy one and absolutely loved it. I love the mossy roof. Can't remember which pack. Oh, it came with werewolves. Okay. Yeah, so we used a lot of stuff from werewolves in this build. It is so perfect for this medieval stuff. It's so perfect. Oh, and here I am adding these like purple lavender like flowers. I loved the flower boxes under the windows. I thought it was so perfect. And a build is not complete without terrain paint. Do not forget your terrain paint. it makes it look like it actually belongs in the world. And adding just a couple of trees really just helps with everything. I found these cool trellises from high school years and I really liked it, but that wasn't exactly what I wanted. I was thinking of the stuff from vampires, but then I found the items from cottage living and I love those items so much more. And we ended up just taking those all the way up the house in a couple of places, trying to make them look all natural and overgrown. I am going to end up moving this house into Windenburg, I think. This right now is built in Moonwood Mill, which is the world that came with werewolves. But I will be moving them into Windenburg because that's the most like kind of medieval and it has more collectibles in it because it is an older world. So the Sims team really thought about the collectibles more in that world and like forageables. So here we are building this chimney that's not going to actually stay there. I will keep the fireplace. I might add on the chimney, but it's gonna look unfinished until we edit it today on stream and fix it all. I am also thinking I'm gonna turn the stairs so that the stairs look a little shorter because most houses from like this time period of medieval times don't really have that tall of stairs and they like turn and do weird directions. So I'm gonna try to turn them in a way if that's possible. But oh man, the ranch stuff from the ranch pack that just came out. This floorboard is amazing. It's one of my favorites now. It looks so run down and it's perfect. I love the deep wood colors on it. And then for the rest of the house, I wanted to try to keep the stone inside because I felt like that was the most natural. And then I found this stucco with stone at the bottom of it and I fell in love with it. It's absolutely perfect. It looks like it would be something that you would do if you can't afford like stucco for the entire wall or something back in the medieval times. And the fencing around the stairs was really tough for me to actually figure it out. I ended up using this stone kind of rusty staircase railing, I think that's what we ended up using. And it looks pretty good. I am liking that wood one though. Maybe I did stick to the wood. Not entirely sure. I thought I stuck to the stone, but I like the wood. And this was around the time whenever I was like really thinking, okay, I'm going to do the medieval challenge, so now I have to start thinking about bedrooms. I was originally just making it for fun, but then the challenge thought came to me. So then we started adding in rooms, and I actually ended up elongating that part to create 2 more rooms, for one downstairs and one upstairs, and another bathroom. Overall, I think this turned out really good. I really liked it. I didn't end up filling it with enough furniture that I would want to if I was just building and furnishing for fun. But again, I realized that I wanted to do the build for a challenge next. So had to start thinking a little bit more on the side of I don't have that much money probably starting out. So we did have to save a little money and not put in like a bunch of decorations. But eventually this will be decorated more and more as we play with it. For the bathroom, this sink was so perfect. The sink was so perfect for it because it has like a just a metal tub for the basin of the sink. And I ended up going with that toilet because it has the wood seat, and I just thought that kind of looked like it might be able to be medieval. But it was kind of hard to find a good toilet for it. I also ended up putting that public toilet outside as kind of like the outhouse, because with a lot of Sims, Eventually, I'm sure there will not be enough bathrooms. This down here is going to be the like main bedroom. I also put a crib in it and a baby bassinet. I used the werewolf baby bassinet because, again, it's just like made of wood, and I wanted everything to be like supernatural, like, oh, these people made this furniture themselves. Or it looked like it could be made back in that time or whatever. And then I added in a second bathroom downstairs because only one bathroom in 4 bedrooms is not enough. Especially when you only have a bathtub. And bathtubs take forever to bathe your Sims in. I ended up going with the werewolf bed. And it is absolutely amazingly perfect. All the werewolf stuff was insanely good for this. It was all patched up and scratched and all wooden. I was blessed with the werewolf pack. And I added in a toddler bed as well. And this is whenever I go in and add that bassinet. And then I just grabbed like a wood crib because there's not that many crib options. And ooh, for these nightstands, I tried shrinking them down, but the candles wouldn't fit on them, and I didn't feel like going through all the trouble of doing the bb.move objects cheat and doing the up and down, placing them, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up picking tree stumps as the nightstands, and I think it looks perfect. It looks so good. It's from the outdoor pack. It was like the first Sim pack in The Sims 4, and I ended up just putting down not those candles, but I put like candelabras. And I really wanted like animal skin kind of rug because those things were kind of the only way to make a rug back in medieval times. So I also grabbed some of this hay from the horse ranch pack, and I thought it made it look really good and like dirty and lived in, and just gave it more of an old feel to it. And lots of sizing up rugs and making things look like animal furs. And then the bookshelves that I put here, I am so happy with how those turned out. Ended up choosing a black swatch for it, not the brown one. And they just look like they were built straight in. And it looked really, really good. And again, the werewolf stuff was amazing. This couch is incredible. I just wish it really came with a love seat. I really wanted a love seat. But the way we worked around it was I added in a rocking chair. So that was super easy. It was the rocking chair from the horse ranch pack, actually. And it has this little cushion on it, and it's just absolutely perfect. And I debated on putting another chair there, but remembered that we kind of got to make a kitchen. So then I started making this kitchen and ended up making that little window bay area into a dining table area. The stove was chef's kiss. It was amazing. The logs underneath it, perfect. I ended up using these makeshift chairs for this dining room table, and I thought it looked really disheveled and pretty good. And then this ended up being the house. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye!